In this video, I want to talk about a new version of macOS, Sequoia. Specifically, I want to talk about one feature that was introduced in this new macOS version, that is window tiling. So I just updated to macOS Sequoia yesterday and realized that in this new version, Apple introduced a feature called easy window tiling. In my yesterday video, 7 foundational setups for dev, I just said macOS doesn't have native Windows Manager application. Look like I said it too early. I didn't know that macOS Sequoia version actually introduced that feature. So in this video, I want to share with you my thought about this feature, window tiling, that introduced in macOS, and why I still stick to rectangle app. After using this window tiling feature a bit, I see it's still very limited and it's a little bit buggy. So it does have all the basic feature, like you can snap the window to the edge, or you can move it close to the toolbar and it's gonna fulfill the screen, or make it full screen. It supports a shortcut to snap the window to the edge, but it has some bug, I believe. For example, if I snap the window to the right, it's gonna scroll my, as you can see, it's scroll my page to the bottom before I snap to the right, or the other way, when I want to snap it to the left, it's scroll the page up. And this doesn't just happen to Brave browser, it happened to other applications as well, like Evernote. I find it's really annoying, but it does have some nice feature like managing multiple windows. You can access this from this green button. For example, if I pull out this window to be separate windows, I can rearrange them, for example, into quarters. So this is really nice. This is the feature that rectangle app doesn't support. But most of the time I just work with one single window or two windows in order to avoid distraction. So this rearrange windows, realistically I don't use that much, but it's nice to have. So on the setting for the window tiling is under desktop and dock. So if you go to system setting, desktop and dock, and if you scroll down, you're gonna see the window section. So there are basically only 4 settings for window tiling that you can modify here. Drag the window to screen edges to tile. This option later on I have to disable because it's conflict with rectangle app. Drag window to the menu bar to fill screen. I already showed you that earlier. Hold option key while dragging window to tile. This one is actually useful for the case when I have multiple monitors. With the rectangle app, if I drag the window through a monitor edge, it's gonna go to the next monitor because I set up the monitors next to each other. But if I want to snap the window to the edge of that monitor instead of going through it, this option gonna help because rectangle doesn't have that behavior. Just make the window go through. I don't know if it's by design or not, but now we have another option. So what does it mean? So if I drag a window like this and I hold the option button, it's allow me to snap. Let me move it out of the way. So you can see it show the snapping area. So it's helpful in that case. Another setting that I find is nice is the margin. By default, macOS window tiling will add like about, so this 8 pixel between the window and 8 pixel between the window and the edge of the screen. I find this margin make it look nice. And I just realized that Rectangle app allow you to configure that as well. By default, Rectangle app doesn't have any gap between the windows, so it's 0 pixel. So I just learned this from macOS window tiling, and I'm gonna modify Rectangle app setting to simulate that. So yeah, those are the settings of window tiling, and I prefer managing the windows using shortcut, and this is the list of shortcuts that are supported by the native macOS window tiling. So I already tried these basic shortcut. As I showed you earlier, it's a little bit buggy. It makes the screen strong up and down. If I align to the left or to the right, I find it really annoying. It doesn't happen like that with Rectangle app. The multi-windows management is nice, but it doesn't have the shortcut aside. For example, quarters, it doesn't have the shortcut aside. 3 windows is nice, but just look at the shortcut key combination. It's really hard to press. So it's function, control, option, shift. So 4 key, plus the arrow keys, 5 keys. It's not really feasible or practical. Pretty much it's not that helpful, because whatever not convenient, you will have the tendency not using it. Another buggy behavior of macOS window tiling is return the window to previous side. This one, like function control R. So as you can see, I go to the left here, I make it full screen and restore it, go to the right side. It's so weird. So now as I snap it to the left, I snap it to the right, I make it full screen, I restore it, it go to the right side. So something is strange here. I don't like unpredictable behavior. So then what's in my decision? Since this feature is still limited and it's kind of buggy, I still use Rectangle app most of the time. And I'm gonna update Rectangle setting to add 8 pixel margin. So I'm gonna start Rectangle app. I go to setting, and here it had this setting. That's I did know that is actually exist. Yeah, I'm gonna increase this to a pixel, and here you see it detect that it's conflict with macOS tiling, so I need to disable it dragging to screen edge. And I'm gonna use a Rectangle app for that purpose. So if we go back to the system setting, this one drag window to screen edges to tie disable, but for some reason it disabled this one as well. I want to keep this, and this one is fine. It's not conflict with Rectangle app, so I want to keep that feature on. So now with the gaps between window setting, rectangle app look very similar to the native macOS window tiling. So let's try it. So you can see here now the rectangle app has a gap here, which is really nice. The only thing is it cannot arrange multiple windows. If I move this up, it doesn't rearrange the second window. But if I use a native macOS window tiling with the shortcut function Control Shift and then arrow key, it's gonna rearrange window for me. I think I'm gonna use both of them. I still use rectangle app mainly and use the feature of press and hold option key to snap it to the edge when I have multiple monitor. I try to avoid using a mouse, so I don't know how often I actually use this. Because with rectangle app, I can like use a shortcut to snap it to the right as well. But rearrange multiple window, probably that the feature that I'm gonna use. That is the macOS Windows tiling feature that I'm gonna use. So that is it. That is what I think about macOS Sequoia. By the way, as a bonus, I want to say macOS Sequoia version actually break quite a few of convenient shortcuts that I use often. So it sucks, Apple. It's not nice to release a new macOS and then you break a bunch of shortcuts like stop screen recording shortcut. Yeah, I hope in the next update of a Sequoia, Apple gonna fix it. So that's it for now. I hope this is helpful for someone out there. Until next time.